What you are looking at shouldn't exist. It's sitting in the middle of the Gobi Desert. It's hundreds of miles from the nearest ocean. And if the engineers inside are right, it just made the entire US energy grid obsolete.
We're looking at things that will improve our understanding of the universe.
Okay, let's proceed to the next stage.
This isn't just a power plant, it's a resurrection. See, 50 years ago, American scientists at Oak Ridge National Laboratory invented a machine that produced infinite, safe energy. It was the holy grail of physics. But in 1973, the US government shut it down. They fired the scientists, they poured concrete over the research, and they forgot about it. America threw the blueprints in the trash. China just picked them up. And now, while the West struggles with aging grids and radioactive waste, Beijing is preparing to flip the switch on the world's first commercial Thorium Molten Salt Reactor. Is this the ultimate energy weapon, or a billion-dollar science experiment doomed to fail? Welcome to the Masterplan. To understand why this desert machine is terrifyingly brilliant, you first have to understand why standard nuclear power scares the hell out of people. Right now, 95% of the world's reactors are light water reactors. Think of them as gigantic, high-tech pressure cookers. You take uranium, you split the atom, you create massive heat, then you use water to cool it down. But there's a catch. To keep that water from boiling away at 300 degrees Celsius, you have to keep it under insane pressure, 150 times the atmosphere. If a pipe cracks, the water flashes to steam instantly. The pressure blows the roof off, and you get Fukushima. Water is the lifeblood of the system, but it's also the bomb. This creates a logistical nightmare. You have to build reactors next to oceans or massive rivers. But China has a problem. Their industrial heartland is expanding inland into the dry, arid West. They can't use water. They don't have water. So they decided to use something else. Something that melts at 400 degrees, boils at 1400 degrees, and flows like lava. This is the Thorium Molten Salt Reactor. Instead of solid fuel rods submerged in high-pressure water, the fuel is the liquid. They dissolve thorium into liquid fluoride salt. It looks like alien lava. It flows through the reactor core, gets hot, transfers the heat to generate electricity, and cycles back. Here's the engineering magic. Liquid salt doesn't boil until it hits 1400 degrees Celsius. The reactor operates at 700. That means there's zero pressure. You could literally shoot a hole in the side of the reactor tank, and the radioactive salt wouldn't explode outwards. It would just trickle out. No explosion, no steam cloud, no Chernobyl. But wait, it gets better. Critics always ask, what if the power goes out? What if the pumps fail? What if the operators fall asleep? In a US reactor, if the pumps stop, the core melts down. In the Gobi reactor, they have a freeze plug. It's a plug of frozen salt at the bottom of the tank, kept solid by a small electric fan blowing cold air on it. If the power fails, the fan stops, the plug melts. Gravity, which never fails, pulls all the radioactive fuel down into a dumping tank underground. The reaction stops instantly. No human intervention required. It is physically impossible to melt down. It is the ultimate fail-safe. So if the tech is so good, why did America abandon it? Simple. You can't make nuclear bombs off of thorium. During the Cold War, the US military wanted plutonium for weapons. Uranium gave them that. Thorium didn't. So Nixon chose the bomb over the battery. But today, the economics have flipped. This is where China plays its master card. China dominates the global rare earth market. They mine the stuff needed for your iPhone and EV batteries. Thorium is a byproduct of that mining. For years, it was just radioactive trash they had to store. They have mountains of it, enough to power the entire country for 20,000 years. Free fuel, and the efficiency is laughable. 1 ton of thorium produces as much energy as 200 tons of uranium, or 3.5 million tons of coal. While the US spends billions trying to source enriched uranium from unstable geopolitical partners, China is sitting on a literal mountain of energy independence.
The reactor in Wuwei is small. It's only 2 megawatts. It's a prototype. But the plan is to scale this up to 373 megawatts by 2030. And because these reactors don't need water and can't melt down, they can be built anywhere, next to data centers, inside factories, in the basement of a skyscraper. The technology isn't perfect. Molten salt is incredibly corrosive. It eats through pipes like acid. Chinese engineers are fighting a war against chemistry right now, but they are fighting it. Meanwhile, the US regulatory system is so clogged, it takes a decade just to approve a design. 50 years ago, America held the future in its hands and let it go. Now, as the demand for AI and electric power pushes the global grid to the breaking point, we are about to find out if that was the most expensive mistake in industrial history. China isn't just building a reactor, they're building a new energy order. The irony is, they're doing it with American blueprints. I want to turn this over to you. Is thorium really the holy grail that will save us from climate change and energy shortages? Or did the US make the right call by sticking to what we know? Should the West restart the molten salt program, or is it already too late to catch up? This is a debate that needs to happen. Let me know your verdict in the comments below. I'm Charon. This is the Masterplan. We'll be watching.